Welcome to a safe space for reflection, healing, and growth. Today, we're delving into the resilience factor, a guide to bouncing back from failure. Failure, though often difficult, is an essential part of our journey. It doesn't define us, but instead offers an opportunity to evolve. Together, we'll explore 10 thoughtful ways to rise from the challenges we face. Allow yourself to relax, be present, and let these gentle reflections guide you. Let's begin. 1. Embrace the experience. Failure, although uncomfortable, is one of life's greatest teachers. When things don't go as planned, it's important to allow yourself to feel the emotions that arise without pushing them away. Many times we rush to suppress the discomfort, thinking that avoiding it will make it go away. However, by leaning into the experience of failure, by sitting with it, you give yourself the opportunity to truly process what has happened and what can be learned. In embracing failure, you acknowledge that this experience is a part of being human. Everyone encounters setbacks, and resisting the emotions they stir up only prolongs the pain. By facing them head-on, you can begin to understand failure not as a destination, but as part of the ongoing journey of life. You may find that there's a deep sense of liberation in simply accepting that things didn't go as expected, and that's okay. When you allow yourself to fully embrace the experience of failure, you open up the space for growth. The heaviness starts to dissolve, and what was once seen as an obstacle becomes a bridge to something greater. In time, you come to see that each experience, even the difficult ones, carries with it the seeds of transformation. 2. Reframe your mindset. Resilience begins with the mind. How you interpret failure will shape your experience of it. Rather than viewing failure as a personal shortcoming or flaw, shift your perspective to see it as a stepping stone in your growth. When you reframe failure in this way, it loses its power to diminish you. It becomes a catalyst for reflection, learning, and ultimately strength. By consciously choosing to view failure through a growth-oriented lens, you invite a sense of curiosity into the process. Instead of internalizing negative self-talk or judgments, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And how can I use this to grow? These simple yet profound questions help you see that failure isn't an endpoint, but a temporary state, one that can lead to greater insight and wisdom. This mental shift allows you to move beyond the fear of failure itself. Once you stop seeing it as a reflection of your worth and start viewing it as a necessary part of your evolution, you free yourself from the anxiety that often accompanies failure. With this new perspective, you step into a space of resilience, ready to face future challenges with an open mind and a courageous heart. 3. Practice self-compassion. In moments of failure, self-compassion becomes a lifeline. It's easy to fall into a spiral of self-blame or criticism when things don't go as planned. However, resilience is cultivated when you meet yourself with kindness in those moments. Just as you would offer a friend words of comfort, offer yourself the same gentle understanding. You are human, and humans make mistakes. Self-compassion isn't about avoiding responsibility or glossing over what went wrong. Instead, it's about acknowledging that failure is part of the human experience and that you are deserving of grace, even when you fall short of your own expectations. By treating yourself with empathy, you soften the emotional sting of failure, making it easier to bounce back. Over time, self-compassion strengthens your resilience by helping you recover from setbacks more quickly. You become less prone to harsh self-criticism and more attuned to your own needs for care and healing. This emotional nurturing restores balance, allowing you to move forward from failure not with shame, but with self-love and determination. 4. Break it down. When faced with failure, it can often feel overwhelming, like a massive weight pressing down on you. Instead of letting that feeling paralyze you, one effective strategy is to break down the failure into smaller, more manageable parts. By deconstructing what happened, you gain a clearer understanding of where things may have gone awry and what specific areas need attention. Start by analyzing the situation calmly and objectively. Ask yourself what went wrong and which part of the plan fell short. By isolating these smaller elements, you begin to remove the emotional charge that often accompanies failure. The situation becomes less about personal defeat and more about practical problem solving. Breaking failure into digestible pieces not only reduces the overwhelm, but also empowers you to take proactive steps toward improvement. When you address these smaller components one by one, the larger failure starts to feel less daunting. This methodical approach fosters resilience by turning chaos into clarity, making the road to recovery smoother and more manageable. 5. Develop a growth plan. Once you've deconstructed the failure and gained insight into the specific areas that need improvement, it's time to create a growth plan. A growth plan provides a clear, actionable path forward, transforming the experience of failure into a structured opportunity for progress. Without a plan, failure can leave you feeling aimless. With one, it becomes a purposeful stepping stone toward success. A growth plan should outline the skills you need to develop, the actions you need to take, and the mindset shifts you'll need to adopt. By focusing on improvement, you begin to see failure as a guide rather than a burden. This plan offers a tangible way to move forward, giving you a sense of control and direction, even in the midst of setbacks. As you follow through on your plan, you start to rebuild confidence in your abilities. With each step you take toward growth, you become more resilient, not just in the face of that specific failure, but in your overall approach to challenges. A growth plan transforms failure from an obstacle into an opportunity for consistent, meaningful development. 6. Stay present. In the aftermath of failure, it's common to get stuck either ruminating on past mistakes or worrying about future outcomes. Both of these tendencies can erode your resilience and prolong the feelings of disappointment. By practicing mindfulness and staying present, you can find your center again, reconnecting with the moment instead of being lost in regret or anxiety. Staying present involves grounding yourself in the here and now. When you focus on the present moment, you start to see that you have the power to make new choices, even after failure. Instead of being weighed down by the past or overwhelmed by the future, you're able to make thoughtful decisions based on what you can control at this very moment. This mindful approach to life builds resilience by helping you let go of what no longer serves you, whether that's regret over past mistakes or fear of what's to come. When you stay present, you create space for clarity, adaptability, and peace. You become more responsive to what life offers, meeting each challenge with a calm, steady resolve. 7. Build a support network. Bouncing back from failure doesn't have to be a solitary journey. In fact, resilience is often nurtured in connection with others. Surrounding yourself with a support network of friends, family, or mentors can make all the difference when you're feeling disheartened. These are the people who remind you of your strength, offer fresh perspectives, and help you see the light even in dark times. A strong support system provides emotional safety, allowing you to process your feelings in a non-judgmental space. They can offer advice, share their own experiences with failure, and provide encouragement when you're struggling to move forward. In moments when self-doubt takes over, your support network is there to lift you up and remind you of your worth. Connecting with others during times of failure also helps you realize that you're not alone in your experiences. We all face setbacks, and there's comfort in knowing that others have walked similar paths and emerged stronger. Leaning on your support network strengthens your resilience, not just through their encouragement, but through the shared understanding that failure is a universal part of the human journey. 8. Celebrate small wins. One of the most powerful yet overlooked practices in building resilience is the celebration of small victories. After a failure, it can be easy to become fixated on the larger goal that feels so far away. However, every small step forward, no matter how seemingly insignificant, deserves recognition. These small wins create momentum, helping you stay focused and motivated. Celebrating small wins shifts your focus from what went wrong to what's going right. Each victory, no matter how minor, is a reminder that progress is being made. By acknowledging these moments, you reinforce a sense of achievement, even if the larger goal has not yet been reached. This positive reinforcement is crucial for maintaining motivation and energy. Over time, this practice of recognizing small wins helps build confidence and resilience. It trains your mind to look for progress rather than perfection. You become more attuned to the forward movement you're making, and that awareness makes it easier to bounce back from setbacks. Little by little, each small win becomes a stepping stone on the path to greater success. 9. Cultivate patience. Patience is an often underrated but essential element of resilience. After experiencing failure, it's natural to want immediate results or quick fixes. However, bouncing back from failure is a process, and like all processes, it takes time. By cultivating patience, you give yourself the grace to move at your own pace without adding unnecessary pressure or frustration. Resilience is built through steady, consistent effort over time. When you approach recovery with patience, you allow yourself to grow slowly but surely without becoming discouraged by minor setbacks. Patience helps you stay grounded, reminding you that progress isn't always linear and that every step, no matter how small, counts. Cultivating patience also helps you maintain emotional balance. Instead of feeling anxious or frustrated by the pace of your progress, you develop a sense of trust in the process. This trust, paired with patience, nurtures your resilience, giving you the inner strength to navigate failure with calm and composure, knowing that growth will come in its own time. 10. Trust the journey. Finally, the heart of resilience lies in trusting the journey. Life is filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, and the path is rarely straightforward. When failure occurs, it's easy to feel like the road ahead has been derailed. However, by trusting that each experience is part of a larger plan, you can find peace in the uncertainty. Trusting the journey doesn't mean resigning yourself to failure. Rather, it means believing that every experience, even the difficult ones, holds value and purpose. When you trust that you are on the right path, even when it seems unclear, you free yourself from the need to control every outcome. This trust allows you to surrender to the flow of life, knowing that you will emerge stronger on the other side. In trusting the journey, you cultivate a deep sense of resilience. You begin to see failure not as a roadblock, but as a redirection, an opportunity to learn, grow, and evolve. With each failure, you gather the strength to continue forward, knowing that every step you take is part of your unique and meaningful journey. Thank you for joining me on this reflective journey. Resilience is not something we are born with. It is something we cultivate one experience at a time. May these 10 strategies help you navigate life's challenges with grace, patience, and strength. Remember, no failure is final, and you have within you the power to rise again and again. Until next time, be gentle with yourself and trust the journey ahead.